People are bored. People are lonely. People want to be touched. People want love. People want food. People want housing. People want cars. People want clothes. People want electricity. People want heat. People want air conditioning. People want parking. People want groceries. Like you don't get those things. I mean, and things are really difficult. Like you said, you've been homeless before. I mean, I've never lived on the streets, but like I lived in a luxury RV on the streets, and that was like the worst I ever had to, endure an uncomfortable situation, but it was still a lot of fun. I don't think living on the streets is fun. I mean, if you have to shit or piss in a bucket, that's not fucking fun. I want laundry. I want a hot shower. I want a yoga mat. I want a gym membership. I mean, to me, like these are necessities, and I feel bad for people that don't have the necessities, um, through either minimum basic income or access. If you live rurally and you don't have all the modern creature comforts of like a suburb or a city, and you don't have transportation, like you have to do all these things on your farm, and that takes a lot of discipline. Um, so you know, I don't know. To me, yoga is like a big thing, and I know Elon Musk is not doing yoga. His fat ass is coming on, eating butter steaks, getting high on ketamine, and screaming into his phone all kinds of shit. But like, it's probably a whole lot more than that. But even then, like, what he did for Trump, um, is incredibly substantial. And like, Elon Musk is like actually working. I mean, I'm not working, but yeah. I mean, it's amazing because you can listen to him here and not like him, but then you know that there's like 8 hours, 10 hours that he's not on the app, and he's doing work and talking to employees, talking to politicians, like doing whatever, but also just using X as his communication network and platform. Like he says, the first thing he does when he wakes up is check his messages on X, his inbox, and it's like amazing. Like people aren't even using email anymore, they're just fucking using X to like manage the majority of their communications. So that's where we're at. And can Elon stay alive? Can Trump stay alive? Can I stay alive? Can you stay alive? Everybody's fighting for survival every day, organizing. But that's the thing. It's like when you're worth $900 billion, how do you just not drop out and just like stop doing what you're doing? Wouldn't you, Rachel, just like retire and
I know. I totally would retire and just like travel the world and do my own shit.
I like you look at Bezos and you're like, okay, like that's he knows how to live, you know? That I get the feeling like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he knows how to spend his money and live. Um and be happy, and he's not like a political um big mouth as far as I know. I don't look at his X or his Instagram, but he's a social. He's got a huge following. Almost all of these people have huge social followings now. And I don't use LinkedIn a lot. I just created a new account recently for Adrian Dittman, and there's just so much content on there. Talk about mass hypnosis. Holy crap. LinkedIn hypnosis and LinkedIn doom scrolling is real too. It's insane.
I mean, Jeff Bezos is probably like, I don't know, probably like, well, because Elon had Asperger's, right? And so he probably got teased a lot growing up. So he probably has all these childhood wounds, and so he needs the love and validation all the time from like people. Whereas Bezos maybe doesn't. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Some people outsource all their digital communications, Like I have a college friend who's very successful, and I was like, bro, I was like, man, you're putting out some amazing like content. And he's like, I don't put any of that out. He's like, my employer does all that. I was like, wow. They like use a third party service to like put out content that their employees like automate on LinkedIn. Moss Monster Man on YouTube is asking, how long should I leave a hot dog in the microwave? I don't know. It's a good question. Like, I would say like 1.5 minutes. You might want to Google that one though.
Oh my god, I have so many tabs over, and I was trying to find my way back to the app, and I'm like, I have 50 million things. So
I have like an Airbnb and like none of my guests have like left me reviews or from like the past 8 months. It's like, come on, you guys, like I fucking did everything right. It's like, why don't you guys leave me positive feedback?
I know I don't often. Um, or actually, recently I was more trying to, because I was reflecting on, oh, when something goes wrong, I leave a negative review. But like, it's probably nice to write positive reviews. So sometimes I try to like make sure if I have an opportunity to leave a positive review for something or someone, I'll try and do that. But it's like just human nature, I guess. We think of it when we want to complain, but how often do we think about it when we want to give somebody credit and praise or something?
Yeah, Airbnb is cool. I haven't stayed. I've never booked an Airbnb. Stayed in somebody's unit. I did have I one time I put my own apartment that I was renting up on Airbnb, and this girl, real cute girl, booked the room, and then she shows up with like an older Mexican man, and she's like, "This is my uncle." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "He's gonna stay. I booked the reservation for him." I was like, "No way." I was like, his reservation is for the profile ID, that's for you. I was like, you can't like book reservations for other people. You're gonna have to cancel your reservation. And she's like, I'm gonna call the fucking police. I was like, call the fucking police. I was like, get him over here. I was like, I'll ask him to arrest you. She was like, motherfucker, fuck you. She was like going crazy, texting me all kinds of crazy shit. Oh,
People don't. This is what bothers me. Like people don't know how to conduct themselves anymore. Um, yeah, heck, man.
that's life. Man, I'll tell you, being a landlord is fucking stressful. It's so much easier to just live in a single family house, not have tenants, make a lot of money, live in the privacy of your little bubble. But like, uh, you know, having to deal with people all the time and their messes and how they break shit and how they, don't give a fuck. It's so annoying. Invite tons of people over, cause all kinds of problems. It's like how do you filter out people who are going to cause you like problems and be annoying to live with? It's like how do you just like find somebody who's like, you know, basically I want people who are quiet, I don't want to live with loud people. And that means like when you move, like you're quiet, you're not making tons of noise all day long. Man, housing insecurity is the worst. I'm not. I don't have housing insecurity, but what I'm saying is, when you gotta move and it's all stress, you're all stressed, or like you can't find an apartment. It's like, holy fuck, you don't know what it's like until you don't have a place to live. That's like, isn't that's like honestly, in my opinion, like what I dread the most is like having to like pack and move.
Oh yeah, I absolutely hate that. Wow, my kid. I let her paint, but I didn't realize she was gonna paint while sitting on my bed, and now there's paint all over my sheet. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, there comes the anger and the stress.
Well, I was thinking of getting new sheets anyway because it's been a while, and that one of them is Terry. That's how old it is.
I was at this girl's apartment one time and like we were getting romantic, and I took the glass of water that she gave me and like rested it on her bed, and then she like bumped into her bed and the glass of water spilled in her bed and she went fucking ballistic. I was like, I guess that means
Goodness, it's water.
I was like, I guess that means I gotta go. She's like, yes, it does. I was like, oh fuck.
God.
My dumb ass like painted her dog. I spent like probably like 10 hours painting her fucking dog. Made her a painting. Made her a nice gift, and then she kicked me out. I should have kept the painting. I should have skipped going to her place. You know, I've given away a lot of paintings I've made for friends, and I'm just like, man, you know what? I probably should have kept it. I put so much effort into that painting. They don't even give a fuck about it. I gave my friend a really nice painting.
I hate when I send a picture to a guy and there's like absolutely no response, even though they saw it. It's like, yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, but that's all like in the game, you know, where they're like trying to like defeat your dopamine by like being in the now.
We were talking about the fact that I went dancing the other day, and I was like, yeah, this was my look because this guy really loves he loves my fashion and my color coordination. So like I was showing him like, look, this picture right here, see, I was like, I think you would appreciate the color coordination, and he's like, says nothing. I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, I had flowers in my hair. You know, I put this as my story, and I did one of those, Going to California by Led Zeppelin that says, there's a girl, I'm told there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. So I paired it with that song.
And then they call back and find like the one representative who just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was like. That's what Chase Bank is like. I would like call and I'd be like, yeah, can you waive like the non-ATM fee? And they'd be like, no, and then you call and get someone, he just goes back in like your account and waives them all from like months ago.
Okay, I'm gonna live stream in my other account. This is Alex New York.
That's so funny.
I thought that Luke was Randy. That's not Randy.
Mm-mm.
That literally looks like a Randy account. Are you friends with Randy still?
No,
It looks-
I
I didn't know everyone's always fighting with him.
Just fucking.
Shaquisha, that's so funny. Why are you charging me interest?
Like, I know the interest rate that's offered to me when I apply for a credit card. Like, mine is 18%, and I pay interest on my card every month.
You're better than me. Mine is 23.
You need to get it at a credit union. They can't charge you more than 18%.
That's Bank of America. You know.
Yeah, my Chase card is 29%.
Yeah, My Chase is something like that too. I don't use the Chase anymore. It's from like when I was 18. I just don't close it. But yeah.
I need to look and see what the balance is at because, oh fuck, 29% is a lot at month after a year of not paying it.
I had a credit card closed because I forgot to pay the minimum payment. I had like $200 on it, and I got sent to collections. Fucking crap. But they took it off the credit because I paid it. They were like, if you agree to pay it, we'll take it off your credit.
Yo, I just paid someone to fix my credit. I was skeptical about it, but it was fucking amazing. I paid them I paid them $1,500. My credit score went from 518 to 728.
What did you find this person? I mean, I don't have a 518, but I have like a 6 something. Could be better.
They were referred to my real estate agent.
There are apps that like can raise your credit. They do work.
So I tried it. I tried another one before. It didn't do anything. I tried Lexington Laws, the number one.
Oh no, that's like a scam. I know what that is. I used Empower. It basically like lends you $200, and then it takes that out of your account. But like the way it reports it like it's a credit card or something.
Oh, so yeah. The way that like Lexington Law should work, and the way that this guy does work is that they dispute every single thing in paper, and so they send these companies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they send them like stacks and stacks of like.
Yeah, no one ever. And it's 30 days. I know that.
Yeah, and so they just can't get through it. So they just say, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was very skeptical, but it worked.
I don't know why.
I did some other stuff too. Like I paid down some debt, so like there's like a kind of combined forces here. But yeah, in like 30 days, my credit score went up like 130 points.
That's smart. And then Shaquisha is calling Ryan and begging him for $12.
Yep.
It's just funny how people have like zero financial literacy, and they do teach some of it in school. So like I don't.
Not really. Though.
It's more than that. It's like they think that they're too smart for it. It's like they'll try to get me to say something, to word something a certain way, like it's going to mean something for them, and I'm like, I'm not going. How I'm saying it is how it goes.
Do they also do big words to like try to sound smarter than you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another favorite tactic.
I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck. I'll go on mute and I'll say, God damn these niggers. And it's just
Oh my god. Imagine you set it off mute one day.
for real.
Then you're gonna be like, okay, how many of these late fees do you want me to waive?
Yep.
We can make you pay no interest in 2027. Have you ever?
Okay, Rachel, I'm gonna pin my LinkedIn account. Follow me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
It's Adrian Dittman.
Well, I was gonna jump on. There's this one of the speakers that was on stage yesterday that is followed by Blythe and Dittman is a speaker in another one. So I was gonna listen to try to infiltrate by that guy.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I started to because the title was "What's the craziest thing you've ever done?" and I have some crazy stories. But now they're arguing about like politics. So I'm like, somebody I guess ruined it, made it about politics. Well, that's funny. I sent my friend this meme that Freckled Liberty shared 3 minutes ago. I was like, oh my god, that's the same thing I sent to my friend. It says my alien waiting for me to stop looking at memes and fall asleep so he can abduct me. And it shows an alien looking through the window, and the alien is like, this motherfucker. Thought that was funny.
I'm making some oatmeal. I should have gone. I should have gone out and gotten a nice dinner, but Mondays and Tuesdays like suck for dining out. A lot of restaurants are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
I'm sorry, you just said you're making oatmeal? Is that what
Yeah.
Because that's so bizarre. Because earlier I was hungry. Wait, did I already say I made oatmeal? Did I already tell you that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Because I was hungry and nothing was appealing to me except I was craving oatmeal. And so I made myself oatmeal. So that's so hilarious. That's what you are eating too. I guess great minds think alike. I love when shit like that happens though. When they align.
Where did you bartend when you lived in LA? Dantana's? Oatmeal. Delicious.
Sorry, if you were talking, I could.
I asked you where did you bartend when you said you bartended downtown LA?
That's weird. I didn't realize this. Did I say that out loud to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was typing it to the chat because somebody said they bartended on Twitter. So I thought I was talking on the space, but I was just muted up so nobody heard me. So, but you guys heard me. I'm here. So that's funny. I actually, it was Glendale actually at this dive bar called Dave's Bar, and I don't know that it's open anymore. And then I was a server and a bartender. Do you know Eagle? Did you ever go to Eagle Rock when you lived in LA?
No.
Okay, Eagle Rock is like very proud of the fact that they're an unincorporated part of Los Angeles. So they're unincorporated. They're their own little thing, but they're right smack dab in the middle of like Pasadena, Hollywood, this, that, whatever. So they're like all around. Anyway, they had this place called All Star Lanes, which was a really fun place. It was a bowling alley, a bar, and a Chinese restaurant all in the same building.
Did you eat a lot of Chinese food when you worked there?
Yeah, I mean, they also had, because it was the bowling alley, they also had the American food options. But yeah, I did eat a lot of the Chinese food. Sometimes I got tired of that and would eat like a burger or chicken tenders or pizza. Yeah. But that was a really fun place because you had all these people coming, and guess what? Before he got super famous, I met Seth Rogen there, but I guess people knew him from at the time from Freaks and Geeks, and I had never seen it, so I had no idea who he was. But like as the server that was serving there then, a couple people were like, "Oh, can you take a picture with me and him?" And I was like, "Sure," and then I was like, I don't mean to be rude, but like, who are you? Why does everybody want a picture with you? And then he told me he was on Freaks and Geeks, and he was just laughing. He's like, that doesn't insult me. Like he was fine. He didn't have a fragile ego, I guess.
You know, do you have a dishwasher in your place or no?
Yes, I do.
If you buy those like detergent pods, they're expensive, but like the ones that have the gel, they're like if you look at it per price per pod, I think it was like 80 cents per pod or something. But then if you just buy a bag with just the powders, it was like, next to nothing, like 9 cents a pod or 12 cents a pod or something. So it's like huge 8-to-1 ratio on the price differential between these dishwasher pods, and essentially the output is the same fucking thing. It's like, damn, it's a huge margin on dishwasher pods.
Yeah, I usually get them from the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree. That's my go-to store for everything. I'm actually insane, I think, because I have the urge to make more coffee and just stay up all night for no reason.
Damn.
Hello, the only interesting one.
Oh, Scott Kent Jones has joined us on YouTube or Instagram, I should say. Ooh, that was my taint, Scott.
Ooh. I'm wondering why this Adrian Dittman has not started his conversation tonight.
He knows we're listening. He's building the anticipation.
Okay, a second person. So I jumped into that room with one of the speakers from the conversation last night. Or they're not called rooms, or they're called spaces, right, on X?
Yeah.
So somebody else from that follows that guy started following me too. So I'm getting some traction.
Is there anything you want to say? The only interesting one, Goat Arianis, aka Arianis.
No, we can't hear you.
No.
Cool. Well, I wish I had some pizza or something else to eat because fucking oatmeal is not a well-balanced dinner.
But they say sometimes like you crave things that your body needs. So I was just trying to think. I guess I need some of the something from oatmeal. That's why I was craving it too. I want to ask. I also I don't know. You know what I should ask if I do go up there with Adrian Dittman? I wanted to ask him his thoughts on like a nonprofit. I wonder what he would say about that. And then also, I want to be like, by the way, can you help me get a tour for my kid of the Tesla factory? But I don't know if he would like that. I'm just using him. What's that? This guy that was the speaker yesterday in that space? I started following him, and just now he wrote, I don't know if he's serious. He says, I am crying and writing in my diary, and I am writing cryptic love songs, and I am leaving coded messages in my future tweets. I don't know if that's like a quote or something, or if he's really doing that right now. Adrian, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm exhausted. I've been on this fucking app since 9 in the morning.
I'm gonna go into this Twitter space and see about sharing some stories. Because it's about the craziest thing you've ever done. So that would be fun.
Okay, have a good night.
Well, I'll bid you adieu. Thank you for the space.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
That's another requirement. We're supposed to go twice a week.
Yeah, ours is 3.
I don't go.
My boss now though is cool. Like he knows, like if I'm like, I just like cannot bring myself to go in today, I'll be like, yeah, work from home. It doesn't matter. Generally, the only day they care like the first Thursday of the month when like the C-suite people come. Like that's different, but other than that, I don't really care.
I totally forgot I needed to renew my FMLA.
Why do you have to go into the office for what you do? Like that can literally be done at home.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just built these 2 new offices.
Oh.
Or 2 new buildings right before COVID, and I guess
they
just want to use them.
Yeah, so they're like.
That's the dumbest reason to make you work from the office, by the way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, but companies.
I've been working there since 2022, and nobody uses the first, second, and I think even the 3rd floor of this building.
Really?
It's only the top 2 floors that are being used.
Well, I guess they built it before
IT's in the basement.
Where they belong.
My company's remote first. Like, I don't care where you are. Just do your job, you know?
Mm-hmm. We have remote people, but like...
you know, that's why I tell my employees, like, I don't really care where you're at. what time you're working. Like, you get the work done, we're good. You don't, you're fired.
No, it's like no. I mean, they can see our performance for our work because like we track our calls, and so like that's showing like the biggest indicator. Like if someone
Another
has
issue I've had is from the beginning. When I started working, I can identify somebody's issue fairly quickly and resolve it, and then they don't call back. But because my calls are so short, I'll take like 10 extra seconds in between calls. And other people, some people take 10 seconds. I took 20 seconds. But if you added that 20 seconds to my call time, it would still be shorter than everybody else's talk time. And I would answer more calls. And fewer return calls would be made because people had their shit answered. So it was like, but they were still like trying to correct me about those 10 seconds. I'm like, no. Oh, so you're going to let me take off now.
This is random. This is my favorite part of my job. So like, it happens whenever, because the main line for our office like goes through our phones, and like when the main line picks up, like I'll just be like, you know, my company name. This is Alex. Can I help you? When people are like, "What's your last name?" because they're writing it down. I don't have to tell them. They get mad. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't have to tell you that.
They're like, "What's?"
That's none of your damn business.
They're like, "What's your where are you located?" And then I will literally be like, "Go on our company's website. There's the New York office there. Like, I'm in New York. Like, I'm clearly not in our LA office. You're hearing me talk, so it's like I'm like it's New York or LA. So like, yeah, like why do they answer your last name too, right? I don't know if that was like just like my industry or what. Yeah.
Companies are just like so broken, you know? I mean, everything's so broken, but I don't know. Like, I try and like run a company differently, you know?
They want to talk about, like they'll talk about metric, how the amount that they talk about metrics shows that they value their metrics, but then they tell me things like, don't put them on hold, put them on mute, because they can't track how much mute time I have.
Yeah, I've heard that.
To manipulate your fucking metrics, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is it the because like your manager probably doesn't care. They probably just get like pressure from like the higher ups. No.
You guys know Karan?
That suggestion came from the higher ups.
Oh, then that's so stupid. Why do they measure metrics then?
Silent holds. Then that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Hold or not or silent. It's to give me time to do work. So whether they're listening to nothing or music, it doesn't matter.
So see, like, I'm just gonna put you on a silent hold for 2 to 3 minutes or whatever that they say.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
When you do that, are they still being recorded?
That was weird.
Yeah, they are being recorded. That's another thing that I have a problem with. I'm like, they think they're on hold, and we can hear everything going on. So, do I need to read a disclosure about recording? Because
yeah, that would piss me off.
They're not being recorded on hold. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mute it because I know about that. I mute it, but like, so do you hear people saying crazy shit?
So you're not being recorded, but the other person is.
No one knows that. But no, like when I'm on the phone with customer service and they're like, I'm gonna put you on a 2 to 3 minute hold, I will mute my phone because I know that.
Oh yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Maybe it's just to collect data on what people are doing. Who is Karan? Do you know who that is? It looks like it's what's his name. Is that
Oh, I know who this is.
It's not Edmund, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, amazing.
Amir, you sent me a message, and
Hello, Ryan.
They fucking kicked me from the room.
كلها تحدث $100.
لا للدرجة دي؟
يا
يعني احنا نرجع نقول لها بس برضه صورة مختلفة.
لا
in general كده average الاستيميشن بتاع الشهر بيكون كم؟ average.
So it was like a lower class white racist, or
Yeah.
it was like upper class?
Very like middle wage, lower class, black.
And hold up.
But
And they just jumped you because you were white. Nothing you said. Maybe family members did something.
you know, hold on. I will tell you the story. So
Okay, thank you.
I walked outside, and so it's a bar that's the back of the bar and parking lot is up against the railroad tracks. And this is the side. This is old school. This is Terrell, Texas. Go look at Jamie Foxx's story of hearing George Strait singing for the first time at Silver Saloon, and like this is old school. They are still segregated to this day, even though they act like they're not. It's one of those kind of communities where I'm sitting in the bar and black people walk in, they're like, "Oh, it's turned dark in here."
Nope.
I'm sorry?
No, I brought up a joke.
Okay. But it's one of these communities where you're sitting there in the bar and black people walk in, they're like, "Oh, it got dark in here." And I'm the one white person that's like, that's not appropriate. But it's really hard when you're the one white person.
You
in that
were the Karen.
kind of situation between racist ass white people. And I mean, I honestly believe it's justified. I do.
I'm not
No,
lying.
I do believe you can.
Why don't you buy it, bro?
You can get mad anyway, upside down.
So wait, you went
I
into this
justify the racism on the
Let me just
black
clarify.
platform because
I just wanna
I
clarify.
understand the race sources.
bar. Oh my
If
god.
you are dealing with racism in your face every day, there's a reason to be racist.
So did you go? You went into that bar and you didn't open your mouth at all because I'm having trouble reading that.
No, I did. I legit was like, y'all know this is racist as fuck.
Okay, so you
To
got
say
in their
like,
face
oh,
or
it just
something.
got dark in this bar, right? I'm like, y'all know this is racist, right? And that's why they got mad at me. They actually barred me from the bar
But that-
for 6 months.
But that was white people because they said it.
Yeah.
The white racist
I was-
people.
And this is in Terrell,
But what does
Texas,
that have to
which
do
is
with? What does that have to do with being jumped by black people?
She's gonna break it down.
Yeah, why the hell
Okay.
are black
I'm
people?
I
talking
don't know how long
about.
it's gonna take, but okay.
Well, I
Um,
think the
it takes a little
longest set
time.
up to tell us how Mike basically impacted Bart, like how she got hit with the car. Mike was the car that hit Bart. Well, never mind.
I'm saying I'm trying to be.
How do you pronounce your name?
I'm trying to empathize with black people in racist
Is it Carrie?
situations when they're dealing with severe. Yes, this is Carrie.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Okay.
empathize with black people and their racism when they're dealing with severely racist white people. So
You know,
obviously
I'm
you're
gonna tell you
going
this,
to be
just a word of
racist
advice.
against.
Listen,
You're
they
going
like
to
black
be
people.
stereotypical against people that are stereotypical against you.
Okay,
I'm
let
trying-
me give you some words of advice though. Black Americans, right? They would never understand. They would never believe. There's some cognitive dissonance, right, about a white person trying to be empathetic towards racism with them. They find it as maybe being a bit like condescending.
Apathetic.